We are in session at 4:06 on Tuesday, October 26th, 2021. I will do the roll call of members. Kate Bliss,
Here.
Karen Schultz,
Here.
Lori Fairbay,
Here.
Rachel Boyer,
Here.
Wes Durant is still laid up, Pat Wheeler, Bob Blair here. Other attendees, Chris Keefe and Victoria Flynn. Margaret, I imagine, is at the shindig for Chief
Calvin.
Calvin.
Yeah, I got pushed to
Yeah.
6.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. She
Well,
should be on, I think.
She
Okay.
was late to our last meeting because she was at Market Basket.
One has to honor the tummy.
Yep.
Or was she buying Halloween candy for the party? Never mind. Do we hear a motion to accept the minutes from the meeting of 9/28/21?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes from the meeting of 9/28/21.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All those in favor, Kate Bliss,
Aye.
Karen Schultz,
Aye.
Lori Fairbay,
Aye.
Rachel Boyer,
Aye.
Bob Blair, aye. Unanimously. All right. Can we have the financial updates, please, Victoria?
Yep. So since last meeting, here's where we stand financially. Donations, we have $61 even. Part-time wages is $183.48. Expenses is $1,222.10. And that breaks down to 3 months of yoga, a month of Tai Chi, 2 months of Meals on Wheel payment, the Powder House News postage, the gas for the van, and then I bought some heaters for the room.
That's
So
chairs, you said?
heaters,
Heaters. Okay. You don't mean it's chilly down there.
just a smidge.
Hmm.
It was set
Victoria-
to 60 degrees, so.
Well, what the heck?
Do you just mind? You went so fast. I get
No,
that.
it's okay.
The expenses were 3 months of yoga, 1 month Tai Chi.
2 months of Meals on Wheels,
Yep.
the Powder House News postage, the gas for the van, and then the space heaters.
Okay.
And the
How many
total,
space?
sorry, total was what?
That was the
1,000.
expenses, $2,022.10.
2022.
1,022. It's okay.
And how many cents? Very
10.
important.
10.
cents. Okay.
And then my wages was $2,058.29.
And 29 cents.
Correct.
What are you doing with all that change?
I'm gonna go to Vegas.
But I understand that you have been promoted to full-time by the town.
I have been starting Monday.
Woohoo!
Where'd that come from?
Congratulations.
Starting
So
when?
start Monday.
Awesome.
Hey.
So the select board and personnel committees have approved me to be a full-time council on aging and social services director. So I'm basically doing everything for the council, and then I'm also going to be working with all of the residents of Berlin. So basically what we're doing for the council, but for everybody in terms of what I'm going to be doing. So,
So we're gonna buy a bus for the rest of them?
well, I don't know. I mean, it's still pretty early in the fiscal year. I mean, I got time.
So you said your official title. I'm really writing it.
No, it's okay. It's Council on Aging and Social Services Director.
Okay.
I took
You know,
a,
Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say it took Margaret and I a little while to figure that one out, so.
Karen, you know, they have online Catherine Gibbs catch-up enhancement courses
I might need it.
Yeah.
I might.
You're a great
Alright.
scribe, Karen. Don't
I'm
let him
trying.
get to you.
I'm wondering if he's offering to take over. I'm not sure.
I've tried that. You would be disappointed in the output, I'm afraid. Or it might be I only write in French, so it would have been,
would
you'd
be
have to brush up on your French.
It would be like 50% jokes, 50% minutes.
Rest left to be interpreted.
Right, exactly.
Every fourth word missing. It's okay.
Yeah. Fill in the blanks. So what's happening with the van?
So
First of all, is it in all of the mess ups on it repaired and lights?
So the van hasn't been serviced yet this month at all. What we're gonna do is, at this point, I'll have to go and check out the van and just make sure that it's still, that it's okay. I heard that there was a check engine light, but I haven't, like I said, I haven't gone down there yet. In terms of a van driver, we are posted now in the Clinton item. The job description will be out for 1 month. I think with the potential, if we needed to renew it, we could. I haven't heard much yet, but I know that the last issue, I guess, of like the first issue that the Clinton item was going to have our job description on came out on Friday. So it's, I'm curious to see what will happen, as we get further into it.
Have you posted with the other COAs in the area too?
So we're not the only COA that's looking for drivers. That's the thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them that they maybe have just one, and it was kind of like our situation that they're just praying that they never leave. And a lot of them, like I said, they're also a lot of short of staff. I went to a COA director meeting last week, and a lot of the COA directors are having problems getting positions filled, even, higher paying positions like an outreach coordinator or things like that, just because of the financials tied to them. They're also hitting brick walls. And that was something that we were talking about that's just really frustrating because, we want to service our communities and we're having difficulty doing so.
I think one good aspect of your going full-time is that you would be on hand 5 days a week in town or remotely, whichever way. But it would also afford you an opportunity to convene with COA directors from the other COAs in the area, because those, I think, have been occurring on Tuesdays when you're not.
Yeah, they switched the
We're not-
meetings to Thursdays, so that's why I was able to go to the last one, but they were Wednesdays previously. So, and like I said, I'm glad to be able to meet with them. So,
Yeah, they do a lot of good networking and idea sharing.
so yeah,
So right now, the van's not operating, period.
no.
Okay, well, that's a bad situation we need to get resolved. So if any of the board members know anybody who might be a candidate for the job, I hope to let Victoria know, PDQ, so that we can get a driver back behind the wheel, or drivers, either way.
If I could just add to, hi, everybody.
Hello.
If I could just add to what Victoria, you were just discussing. So I think Victoria might have mentioned that the Personnel Committee did approve an increase in the hourly rate for van drivers. We have it posted out there. I know Victoria has posted the job ad widely, but she is absolutely right on that. Van drivers, among many other positions, are scarce right now. We're having trouble filling municipal positions in general. This is one key position that's particularly hard to fill at this time. So, all right. And I apologize, I have to leave the meeting, but it was nice seeing everybody. Enjoy the rest of your meeting.
Are you flipping burgers for the Chief Galvin event?
Well, I'm not flipping burgers. I went and ran for the burger meat today. So please do come by and have a burger or a hot dog.
Oh, you market basketed again this time?
I went to a few different places. Oh, I just did my running around. All right, everybody, take care.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Ciao, as they say at the burger places. Let's see. COA Director Hour update. That's, I think you covered that, where you will be
Yep,
40 hours a week.
yep. So,
Awesome.
yeah, it'll be good. What we're gonna do is, as part of my hours, I have to basically kind of tie everything together into a giant project because the funding for my full-time position is coming from the ARPA funding that the town received. So what we're doing is we're also looking at a lot of research as to the benefits of having somebody doing, full-time council on aging social services, the need for social work, especially in small towns, especially, in regards to mental health and substance abuse awareness, things like that. I mean, we're getting into the winter months, seasonal affect disorder, things like that tend to pop up. So it'll just be, I think, good to know that seniors are going to and everybody really will have just somebody there on standby. I actually got a call last week just from somebody and they were like, I don't know really how to put this, but I just need a social worker to help me out. And I was like, well, that just worked out. So, and like I said, it wound up working out. So, I'm hoping as, more and more people become aware of me being full-time, I'm going to get pulled into more and more different directions. And that's the plan. So
How do you interface with somebody who calls and needs help that way?
So basically what I try to figure out is what exactly they need. Some people, it could be help with like case management or documentation. Some people, it could be help with just trying to find appropriate resources. Some people, it could be help with mental health, counseling, just trying to find supports that way. Could be just education or research resources that are needed. So basically what I do is I just let them know, I just try to get as much background as I can. And then I just, will kind of do what I need to do to get them what they need. It may not be immediate, but they know that I'll contact them back as soon as I have something for them. So
I may have a couple of names to pass along to you, actually, just
yeah, send them.
Yeah. All right. Anybody have any questions or input on any of that? Hearing none. Tai Chi and yoga, what's shaking there? Besides the Tai Chi people.
Yep, they're going strong. Tai Chi still meeting on Tuesdays, yoga still Saturdays, virtual and in person. I did talk to Jeff, the Tai Chi instructor, and we have a contingency plan in place just in case something happens where we would need to shut down again. We would also start offering Tai Chi remotely, only if it were needed. But at this point, we're having a solid turnout every week. I would say anywhere from like 4 to 6 people, just depending on the week, but they're very happy with it. Jeff has offered to do some other kind of classes as well. So that may be something for us to consider in the future. If we wanted to do a wellness, mindfulness or wellness class, he's offering that as well, which I think is something that we would like maybe down the road.
Karate for seniors or something like that?
I can ask about it. Or, intro to karate for seniors, something like that,
Sure, chair karate. There you go.
There you go.
All right.
In the car talking to Auntie Brianna. And
Social services starting, you mentioned that.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Grab and go. What's happening with that?
So I reached back out to Ed today at the general store. Originally, he thought it was something that he'd be able to handle, but I was talking to him and he doesn't think that it's that he's going to be able to manage doing a grab and go kind of thing for us at this point. He just doesn't have the staff yet. So he recommended a caterer. It's actually somebody related to somebody in town. So what we're going to do is Margaret's going to check in with the ethics committee because it's somebody related to Peg Stone. So we just need to see if ethically there's any conflict of interest. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna send you guys the menu that they were offering, just to see if this is something that you guys might be interested in. We're committed to nothing. I just wanted to get the details so I could just email it out and send it to you guys. But she was mentioning that they've done, work for other towns, like a grab and go, something very similar. But like I said, I think we just have to just dot our i's and make sure that, ethically we're good to go.
Are we stuck on doing only somebody from Berlin providing this?
No, I mean, at this point, if we wanted to have somebody out of Berlin, that's fine. We're gonna be on the hook. We'll be on the hook for it. So I mean, we can
federal
certainly, yeah,
Yes.
I don't think so. We have a shot at, we have a potential shot if we keep it within a Berlin, like agency, restaurant, vendor, things like that. But if we go outside, we're going to be on the hook for it. But it may even be cost effective, just because, if we go to somebody like a caterer who knows how to do this stuff very quickly, they may have more reasonable prices. So we can have the funding for it. I'm not worried about that. I just kind of, as an estimate, just kind of told people like $13 a meal, just as an estimate, just to see what we could get. I don't, like I said, I think we can still do it, even if we wind up doing it like closer towards like mid-November. It's still doable. It's just making sure we have just an appropriate vendor slash.
I would make one recommendation for somebody to touch base with on that, because they do it and they use I don't know if it's a restaurant or a caterer in Lancaster. So Alex, I think, definitely has contacts, because they seem to be doing grab and goes frequently.
Okay.
And you may have a reference or recommend somebody in another town that they have tried.
Okay. I will send you the information that I got today, just for you guys to take a look at it and just see if you think it's something that you want to pursue. If not, it's fine. Like I said, we're committed to nothing. I just wanted to get the information for you all. And then Margaret's just going to double check the ethical considerations of it, if we do want to pursue it.
Okay, and the other thing is, we need to figure, if not the store, where we're doing the grab.
I would think potentially town offices, honestly. You'd need someplace like either like the school, town offices, someplace that like you could have very easy, set up. People would just go around and do it that way. We
Hot
could,
meals, right?
well,
You're talking hot meals?
we can do a hot meal, or we could do a cold meal. If it's hot meal, we're just going to have to make sure that they're properly kept at temperature. And then
Right.
for cool meal, like I said, we'll just have to make sure that they're not going to spoil. But I think either way we could figure it out. It's just going to be the road that we're going to want to take.
Okay. How soon would you guess would have a handle on the homing in on a date?
I was thinking, if you guys are okay with it, maybe doing a grab and go type situation on Friday the 19th. It's before Thanksgiving, so it's kind of like a kickoff to the holidays. It would be a slower day at town offices if we were going to do something like a grab and go at the town offices. And it would be, I would already be there. We could, obviously oversee everything. And, depending on, like, again, if we wanted to go with like a caterer or something like that, it may be more difficult for them to get weekend coverage. But like I said, I'm flexible. If I do have to go overseas, which it's looking like it's going to happen, I just may not be back, before then.
Your meal may not be hot when you get back.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, but if we do go with a caterer, caterers typically would have the heated tray racks where they can keep the meals hot and then dish them out of that.
Exactly, and they would have their own licenses regardless, so we wouldn't have to necessarily worry. It'd be one less thing that we would have to worry about.
Yep, absolutely. Anybody else on the board have some ideas on this or input? Chris or anyone?
Nope, sounds
Really?
good.
I think that
sounds
sounds good. Mhm.
And what we could do too, like I said, I'll send out the menu. The menu I got today is actually pretty expansive. They've got like pages of different options. And I
Well-
figured what we could do is just maybe pick 2 or 3 particular meal ideas for whoever it is that we are going to cater towards. And then I would suggest having something that's either vegetarian or non-meat, just for anybody who, is obviously vegetarian. But I mean, we could even do something like turkey themed if it's like right around Thanksgiving. We could do something that's more holiday themed. Like I said, it's totally up to you guys. My just one suggestion would be just making sure we have at least one vegetarian meal that, again, or meals that we could easily, if needed to, say, oh yeah, that has to be on the side or something like that. Just again, to just.
And then how do you see compiling a list of people who are interested?
So what we did the last time that worked out really, really well is I got flyers out. So what we can do is we can, as soon as we pick a caterer type thing and we pick, we basically pick what it is that we want to serve, that's an email. And then what we can do is we can distribute it out. It would go all over Facebook, the town website. It would go all over, we could do Berlin Neighbors Connect. We could do the food pantry. We can get it down to Northbrook. Like there's different ways that we can basically send that out that it would hit everybody that it would need to.
But probably not the Clinton item, or you'd get people from Clinton thinking that they're included in the offer.
Yeah, well, we could put something that says Berliners only if we really wanted to, but I mean, that's just a way to start.
Well, if you do in fact go overseas and you need something done on the project, let me know. I'd certainly
Will
be
do.
happy to, and
Yeah, we'll do.
I won't hesitate to call other members of the board to
I'll be here.
also participate in this. Speaking of which, I didn't see the tracking info today, but the Powderhouse News is in the hand of their shipping department.
Actually, it's in the offices. They came today during Tai Chi.
How about that?
Yep, they came about 1:30. So I started, everything should be ready to go. James was doing the labels, but everything is put aside. So the check and the postage sheet is already in the COA mailbox, and then everything else is already accessible. And then James is supposed to get us the labels by end of day.
By the end of today? Okay, so tomorrow being Wednesday, I don't know how anybody's schedule is, but the last couple of times Peggy and I did a lot of the folding and sticking and labeling and so forth and took the stuff over. I imagine she'll help again, but I certainly wouldn't shed tears over having some help with that, because it can eat up time if only a couple of people are doing it.
I'm
So,
available Friday. I could help on Friday.
okay, well, I'm hoping the thing will be out by Friday.
Okay. Yeah.
I can help. I'll just have a wee one in tow, so maybe I can come and take some home.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
fine.
come back.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
that's what we normally do.
I can take some home and do them in the evening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't look at my iPhone because it's croaked, but I have to see what my schedule is tomorrow, and then we could get together and parcel some out and get the licking and sticking and folding and all that good stuff.
I think I folded like 30 today. So you get like 30 done.
All
Not that
right,
much, but to start.
we're out of the starting blocks. That's good.
Pretty much.
Flu clinic.
So we are going to be resuming our blood pressure clinics starting in November 4th. They are bringing some flu vaccine with them. Our nurse Susan is bringing some vaccine with her to do that. In general, that we had the first round of flu clinics at Berlin Memorial, but if anybody didn't attend that, just give us a call if you need anything. I'm helping people get their flu shots and their COVID booster scheduled as needed.
Did we get that in the Powderhouse News?
I have to double check, to be quite honest with you. I know that the the blood pressure clinics are gonna be in there. I don't remember if the flu clinic stuff got in there, because I may have found out about that after the fact.
Okay, if
Is
not,
that weekly?
that-
How
Excuse
often
me?
is the blood? Oh,
The blood pressure clinic, it's every month. It's the first Thursday every month.
so that's worth a piece in the Berlin Neighbors Connect.
Yep, and I'll do a write-up for Facebook too. I figured do that towards the end of the week. And then I'll ask to see if it can get posted on Berlin Neighbors Connect.
Okay, so first Thursday of every month, and the next one will be the 4th, you say,
Yep, down in our
Okay.
room.
in COA room.
So
At what time?
10.
10 a.m. Okay. Berlin Neighbors. So are you gonna put something in? You want me to put something in Berlin Neighbors?
I'll put something on Facebook and I'll ask Berlin Neighbors to share. If you just want to double check that it actually got in there, that would be great.
Okay, okay,
Because I can't always see what posts. So
okay.
So is the flu clinic going to be on the 4th also?
it's basically if you're signing up for the blood pressure clinic and you haven't gotten your flu shot yet and you want it, she's bringing some flu shots.
Okay.
So it's a twofer.
Are they the same-
But only if you want it.
Are they the senior variety, which are have a little more umpazigo? Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Flu shots with blood pressure. Okay. Good. Triad.
So we were supposed to have a triad meeting end of September. It didn't happen. With Chief Galvin's departure, we didn't have one for this month. I am hoping that we're going to have one in November. I will be reaching out to Tamara Bedard about that. I know that with the flu clinics, they just had no time to do anything really for October. So I'm hoping that we can get one done in November. And now that I'll be full time, it'll be easier to schedule. So
I ran into that with somebody who needed some assistance, and I think Tamara called them, but they just didn't have the personnel to go do an in-person look-see. Apparently there are personnel issues there as well, so.
it's just it's tough during flu clinic time. It really is, because like their nurses are just out straight for
Yep.
20 towns. So
All right. Christmas ideas? What are we thinking?
So I didn't know if there was anything that you guys wanted to do for Christmas for the seniors in town, if anybody that you think would want any particular gifts, if we wanted to do kind of something special for the seniors. I just thinking about it since it's 2 months away. So yeah.
Any ideas from you guys? Board members? Okay,
Bob?
well,
do you
Yeah.
have any ideas?
do I have any ideas?
Yep.
Well, in the past, meals have been, at Northbrook, they've done meals, but those are typically put on by the management of either of those
Yeah.
housing
And-
groups, and they're for the, they're for the people who live there generally.
Right.
Oh, before I forget it, speaking of Northbrook, Tanya Carpenter, who is the site manager for Northbrook One, is doing a clinic for, let's see, for flu or for shots. I think for the vaccine, for the follow-ups.
Okay.
The
And,
booster?
yeah, boosters. So that's open and available. People would contact her to be put on a list there, but that isn't just for residents there. So that's
Yeah,
something to keep.
The
something
one
to-
good thing right now is that the pharmacies have actually been pretty easy to book a COVID booster with. Once kids become eligible for their COVID shots, that might change. But as of right now, it's actually pretty easy. I've helped a couple people get same day appointments. It's pretty easy as long as you bring your COVID card and you prove that you have no symptoms. You can get it done, as Bob likes to say, PDQ. So like I said, I suspect that once kids become eligible, it's gonna change a little bit, but hopefully, it won't be too bad.
I got mine about 3 weeks ago, and it wasn't because I was down pounding on the desk demanding one. I might have been there for something else and asked about them. And they said, when do you want it? And I said, what's available? And it was like a Wednesday. And they said, Friday? Why not? So I went in and got that. And since then, I've also got the flu, enhanced flu shot. It was easy peasy, just at CVS in Northborough. I don't know if all of them are doing it. That was extremely easy. I find the word put out by the scientists and medical people confusing a tad, because first you hear that eligibility is limited to this or that, and if you don't have comorbidities and you don't have blah blah blah, you can't get it until thus and such. And then a week later they're saying, okay, everybody's available, everybody's eligible, and the consistency just has not been there. It's pretty much since the beginning of the whole COVID thing, actually. So I find it annoyingly sort of serendipitous. But as you say, CVS is doing it. I don't know about Walgreens, probably they are.
They are, yeah.
Probably, what's the monster grocery store over at Northbrook and
Wegmans.
Wegmans? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
So, like I said, if anybody has any issues or knows of anybody that's looking to get additional information regarding the flu vaccine, pneumococcal, shingles, or COVID, just give me a call and we'll do what we can to help them out.
Good show.
Mhm.
All right, Powder House News, as we indicated, should be in everyone's hands by the weekend, which means it's actually going to be in people's hands before, well, that's a lie. We're just putting it together and we send it to the post office. We have no idea how long they take to get it out because it was almost a week the last time.
Yeah, I heard something about how mail may kind of start slowing down, especially towards the holidays, just if they're trying to deal with the Christmas rush. So it's good that we're getting this issue out now. Postage has gone up for the Powder House. I basically had to kind of guess for this round just to see if we have enough to cover it, because it wasn't explicit as exactly how much money it was going to be for this postage round. So what I was going to do is that once we get this round processed, I was going to go down to the post office and just see if I can get a definite, it's going to be this dollar, the cents for the parcel that we have. And we'll go from there. So worst case scenario is we'll just have a little bit extra in our account at the post office for this round. So not a big deal.
Okay, also on that same subject, we don't pay for printing the Powder House News. The publisher does it based on the revenue from the ads that are in it. And they have indicated a couple of times now already that the ads that we do have aren't sufficient to cover the cost of publishing the newsletter. So I think it was Louise Janda actually gave me a whole list of businesses and so forth in town we could theoretically steer Liturgical Press's salespeople to. We don't have to sell it. We tell them who we think might be interested or be a logical contact to make, and then they do the follow-up. So theoretically, we could get more ads. And if that's the case, I would love it if it became possible to add another 8.5 by 11 sheet in the middle of it. So we'd have 2 more pages within the issue. So that's, if any of you have ideas about businesses or whatever, restaurants, whatever, that we could contact, let us know. And then we can put that on the list of people we would send to Liturgical Press and hopefully satisfy them about the publishing costs. Anybody have any ideas for either who we introduce in the Meet the column, or what kind of background story we might generate on the 5 Ws, the who, what, where, when, and why. This edition, it's the gardens at Pleasant and Central Street. Beautiful flower gardens there. But there are other ones within the town. Chris, you've been here longer than any of us probably. And that's not an age reference, by the way. That's just residency reference. So maybe you would have some tips on who might be a good person to contact for additional stories about interesting places or people or things in town.
Let me think about it.
Okay. We will enjoy the fruits of your contemplation. All right. Anybody have any other suggestions for additional topics we could cover? And this past edition, I think we kind of missed on volunteer opportunities. We listed 2 or 3 in the last edition, and in this one, we kind of ran out of space and
Yeah,
time.
I actually think it might be a good thing to kind of steer ahead for the next edition, because it'll be for the new year, and that may be kind of going with resolutions and things like that. So it might be good to maybe have like a page or so of just different volunteer positions, things like that. We can certainly do that.
Okay, so instead of spreading them out over multiple issues, we just have
Just do like one.
a sheet
Yeah.
people can refer to.
Yeah.
That's good. If we do add that additional page in the middle, that can be used for something like that. If we have a topic we really want to hammer on and cover completely, that could be a takeaway for that.
Mm.
All right, so keep your thinking caps on about additional stories we might cover, or additional columns we could add, or whatever that would enhance the Powder House News. I've heard people say they enjoyed some of this info that's coming out in it, and it's not like other COA publications in the area. Some of them just have a bazillion small notices or articles and so forth, whereas we tend to have some background info and stories that I think are helpful for community building.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's nice. Just, I mean, I didn't know a ton about Berlin before I took this job, and it's nice to learn a little bit more about the town and what makes it Berlin. I think that's really cool.
Yeah,
So
well, that was the idea. So I'm glad that if people
good
feel it.
idea.
Let's see. Anybody have any other business you want to bring up? I will mention that Saturday is going to be a rain day, I guess, but Sunday is going to be the pumpkin stroll, or whatever they're calling it, on the South Common.
South Commons, yeah.
Yeah, we kind of gussied up the gazebo a bit, and actually hung some of the stuff that's going to hopefully not get blown away between now and Saturday. But Saturday being the rain day, it looks now the forecast has changed, so it looks like Sunday may be enough sunshine that we can stay outdoors. I guess Julie Lee had gotten permission to have the event inside the school, but then another member of the committee had said, then it kind of messes up the costume thing, because the kids have to wear masks in the school. And it'd be much nicer if they could be outside dancing and frolicking around and chasing things. So
Right.
at this stage of the game, that seems to be the way that's going.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody with any other ideas?
We are going to be starting a arts and crafts group at Northbrook starting
Yeah.
November 4th. So we have a volunteer who's going to be leading it. And we're kind of doing this as a free form. It's not going to necessarily be anything like a guided painting or anything like that. We just want to give people the opportunity to just kind of come together, do some arts and crafts. If they have any particular suggestions or anything or any interests, we'll certainly take that into consideration. But the ladies at Northbrooks, Crystal and Tanya, both agreed to have us host it there, just because a lot of the clientele will be there and it's a bigger space for us to stretch out. So my thought is, if this goes well with Northbrook, we could potentially add a second day down at the town offices. Again, just something for people to do, a little different.
Good. Welcome more of that, as much of that as we can add to the mix in town. Let's see. Oh, just November 13th. I would just add that Neshoba Neighbors is going to have a live presentation about what's happening and what they're doing and so on and so forth at 19 Carter on the 13th of November. So you might tune in their calendar and see when that's going to, what time that's going to be. If we have no other thoughts, business, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Is there a
I'll
second?
second it. I'll second it.
Okay. And we'll call the roll on that. Kate Bliss,
Aye.
Lori Fairbay,
Aye.
Karen Schultz,
Aye.
Rachel Boyer,
Aye.
Bob Blair, aye. Passes unanimously. The next scheduled meeting.
Next
is-
meeting is November 30th. So happy
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Happy
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.